I'd like to officially call this meeting of the Mayor and Council to order, and we want to thank the boys and girls of summer for joining us tonight for a very special occasion. So at this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer and or reflection as we think about our first responders and we think about our military at home and abroad. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please note the fire exits behind you into the parking lot, and to my left, your right, into the main hallway. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and attend any meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with this act, the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Milford have caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Borough Hall, and notices have been sent to the Record and the Ridgewood News. The mission of this governing body is to provide essential services through the establishment and implementation of public policy that will safeguard the infrastructure, provide fair, honest, courteous, and professional services, establish a sense of trust and accomplishment between all residents, and through research and prudent planning, seek to minimize risk while improving our services. We are sensitive to the needs and satisfaction of our taxpayers, while realizing that this governing body cannot be all things to all people within the revenue constraints imposed by state mandates, economic conditions, and prevailing attitudes about taxation. At this time, I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilwoman Samuelson.
Here.
Councilwoman Siraki Hurley. Present. Council President Tuffy. Councilman Grotsky.
Here.
Councilman Seymour.
Here.
Councilwoman Grant.
Here.
Mayor Petrino.
Here. Okay, I have you guys up first, but you guys want to wait to the end of the meeting, or you want to do it now? End of the meeting?
You're welcome to stay if
So the first team we're going to recognize tonight is our U14 girls softball champions. And I just wanted to ask, is there anything you wanted to say before I start this? I saw it, right? Okay.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mayor Petrino, for giving us an opportunity to honor these amazing girls who played an excellent 11-1 summer softball season and an undefeated and scored over 30 runs. Okay, about 3 runs during the playoffs and the championship. So, amazing job. Obviously, Devin Yeager, who's been running the softball program for so long, and it's bittersweet because it is my last season coach, and I've been coaching since my daughter.
I've been there.
Thank you, and so getting up, it's about these amazing, so thank you.
I call your name, take your certificate, and you're going to line up right in front of here for a picture. Isabella Alvarez. Give me that front door. Jamie Collins. Brooke Gilchrist. Eva Enriquez. Allison Lee. Kayla Lee.
Elizabeth Miller. Wheeler Ramirez. Simone Schwartzler. Fanny Schwartzler. And Caitlin Sperling. Maria Barnes.
Don't get a ticket.
Let's get out there.
Laid out in front of them. Next, we have our new Latin associates, Frank Silvano, Jenny Marcello, Jason Wright, Tommy Geiser, here, John DeCosta, Tommy Geiser Jr. Would anyone like to come up and say a few words? Thank you. All right. First of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Petrino and the town for having us here. Just a quick summary on us. Second of all, I'd like to thank all my coaches. I'm not going to name them because they're big things to me. But they know who they are. And the parents, thank you guys for, sticking with us and taking your kids to practice and all that. Our team, we weren't obviously as dominant as this team, 11-1, but we had a good season, and I would say we were probably the underdog for most of the year, and then we kind of peaked at the end and won the championship, and it's all, to their effort and a great job by the team. I won county championships, state championships in high school, but, winning a championship in town was definitely special with these kids, especially my son and his friends. It was definitely special, so I want to thank all you guys for that, and thank the town. Thank you guys.
Gene Bennett. Connor Coverchia. Max Costello. Lorenzo Ricardo da Costa. Ronnie Rice. Vincent Cadet. Anthony Hayes. Justin Gann. Dwayne King. Ryan McClaskey. Eric Pierre. Lucas Havana.
And bring him up.
Are we doing straight faces or like? Are we doing straight faces? You didn't go to it. Are we smiling?
We're going to take a 5-minute recess, so anyone who's not saying, now's your chance. All right, thank you,
I got
That's why
Really?
I drive. They should be. Like literally, so long as I put down, little pops to the money.
You can knock it down, I'll bring it to the small room.
Hey, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's a well. Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry.
Really? Okay.
That's funny.
Yes. Already? Thank you. Okay, we will continue the meeting. The next thing on the agenda tonight is unfinished business. At this time, I would ask for an approval of the minutes from the September 11th, 2023 work and closed session meetings.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
One abstention.
One abstention. Okay, the first thing I have on the agenda, under item number 1, is schedule updates.
Mr. Mayor, if I might have the floor for a second, please. Yesterday, the mayor, Chris, and I met with the police department, and we have 2 items that we'd like to discuss with the rest of the council. So I would like to make a motion to add it to the agenda for this evening. Motion to add the PD discussion to the meeting.
You listed like that, PD discussion?
Is it going to involve either contract or personnel?
No.
We could certainly make the motion to add it. You're not looking at it in closed, or are you looking at it now?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so I would just, police department.
PD.
Recommendations.
Is there a motion?
I already made the motion.
I already made the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay.
Just so the record's clear, this was after the 48-hour requirement under the ordinance, so it couldn't have been added to the agenda earlier. So that's just for the purpose of clarifying the record.
Thank you.
Okay. Schedule updates. So the New Milford Fire Department's open house was rained out on Saturday. It's going to be rescheduled and it's to be determined, so I don't have a date on that yet. Friday, September 29th, will be the New Milford Lantern Tour and Storytelling, sponsored by the New Milford Historic Preservation Commission. It will start at 7 p.m. It'll take place at the French Huguenot Cemetery. For more information, you can go to the borough website or the New Milford Historic Preservation Commission's Facebook page. The Lantern Tour will start at 7, then they will have spooky stories and Bergen County history mysteries. Also on the 29th will be New Milford Junior Football's Adult Night, sponsored by New Milford Junior Football. It will take place at the New Milford Elks. I believe it starts at 7. For more information, go to the NMJFC Facebook page. Friday, the 29th, starts the library book sale. This is sponsored by the Friends of New Milford Library. If you're a friend, you have the early access to the book sale. It'll take place at the New Milford Public Library. For more information, you go to the New Milford Friends of the Library website page. On Saturday, the 30th, will be the book sale for everyone and the town-wide garage sale. Maps will be available at the public library
And they will be posted on the website. I will get that to you. Also, the book sale is open to the public for Friday afternoon and Saturday. It's just Friday morning is reserved for members of the Friends. And anybody can come in and join.
Excellent. If you need a book, this is the place to come.
There are a lot of great books.
Also on
And
Saturday,
videos and puzzles and all kinds of things.
is the rescheduled Art Center open house. It is sponsored by the Art Center of Northern New Jersey. It is still 12 to 4.
Yes.
And it'll take place at the Art Center, which is on Center Street across from Firehouse Company Number 1. For more information, you can go to the Art Center of Northern New Jersey's website. Moving along with 9:30 is New Milford Nights Day, sponsored by the New Milford Public School District. This is an all-day event where every high school team will play a home game throughout the day. So there'll be football, volleyball, soccer, boys, girls, everything, tennis. So it's all-day sports in New Milford. It takes place at the New Milford High School and various Board of Ed fields. For more information, you can go to the Board of Ed's website page. Actually, go to the school district's website page. Also on Saturday is Barron Fest Beer Festival, sponsored by Historic Newbridge Landing. That'll be from 1 to 6 p.m. Takes place at Historic Newbridge Landing. For more information, you can go to the Historic Newbridge Landing website. They do have a rain date of October 1st. Saturday, October 7th is our annual Clean Communities Day, which is sponsored by New Milford Clean Communities and the New Milford Environmental and Energy Commission. That will take place from 9 to 12 at the DPW. For more information, you can go to the borough website. On Tuesday, October 10th, is New Milford's 5th annual Domestic Violence Awareness Symposium, focused on teen dating violence, risk factors, and prevention strategies. This is sponsored by the Borough of New Milford and the New Milford School District. It'll take place at 1 p.m. at the New Milford High School Auditorium. For more information, you can go to the borough website. On Sunday, October 15th, is Fire Awareness Day, sponsored by the New Milford Fire Department. It'll take place between 1 to 4 p.m. It'll be at the Knights Field parking lot, which is by the high school. For more information, you go to the borough website or the fire department Facebook page. They have a rain date of October 22nd. On Sunday, October 15th, is our 2nd annual Family Olympics, sponsored by the New Milford Municipal Alliance. They'll take place from 9 to 12 at the YMCA parking lot. For more information, Borough of New Milford website, New Milford Municipal Alliance Facebook page. On Sunday, October 22nd, is our annual Adam event, sponsored by the New Milford Municipal Alliance. That will be at 6:30 p.m. at Hardcastle Pond. Information will be on our website and the Municipal Alliance Facebook page. This event, we moved it up a little bit because the weather has always been so bad and cold, so we kind of moved it up a little bit earlier in October. We'll see how that works out. Are there any events that I missed? I can't imagine, but is there anything that I missed? Okay. So you want me to do number 2? You want him to do number 2?
Doesn't matter.
All right, item number 2 is administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the engineering update for the month. You may recall we abandoned the culvert project, and we're now looking at doing another project in the same neighborhood. It's for an NJDOT Local Area Infrastructure Fund grant application, and it's paving in the Steuben Avenue area. We looked at the area with the engineer, and I believe we just received the estimate tonight. Once we have that in hand, we're going to reapply for the grant under the Local Area Infrastructure Fund. NJDOT Boulevard and Graphic Traffic Signal. Road improvements at Graphic Boulevard were completed. The engineer is working with the contractor to determine the timing for the equipment delivery. Unfortunately, it looks as though the delivery is delayed and installation has been pushed back to March or April of next year. I'm awaiting more information on that. Prospect Park basketball court lighting, we're confirming the timing on the material delivery, and installation is expected for November. Prospect Park playground, the equipment delivery is expected the first week of October, and installation will follow. Whiteout Road resurfacing, which is a community development grant from River to Pacific. We have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for tomorrow with construction expected to begin in October. NJDOT Main Streets Streetscape project, the engineer is scheduling survey services in support of the project, and the design should be completed by the end of the year with construction anticipated for the spring of 2024. The county ADA ramp design, you'll recall the county has plans to pave part of Madison Avenue and River Road, and the town's obligation is to provide the engineering design for the ADA ramps. The engineer's been working on that, and they're planning to submit that to the county by the end of this month. And the county will do the actual construction as part of their road program. That's it for the engineering report. The only other things I have to report is that the Borough Hall is closed on Monday, October 9th in observance of Columbus Day, and our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 11th. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Wednesday meetings are weird, right?
Yes.
Monday, I was like, I have a meeting tonight. No, I have a meeting tonight. Okay. Any questions for the administrator? If not, we'll move on to item number 3, which is PD recommendations. Councilman Brodsky.
Thank you, Mayor. As I mentioned yesterday, the mayor, Chris, and I met with Chief Clancy and Captain DeGenio. The first item I'd like to bring before the council is an operational and procedural request by Chief Clancy, and it has to do with the promotional list for sergeant and lieutenants, which is currently 2 years from the first promotion. Chief Clancy would like to change and bring that into line with the civil service and our time and rank eligibility for promotion, which is 3 years. So what he's asking is that we go from 2 years to 3 years. The PDA strongly supports this, and he would like us to change the ordinance. If we have no objections, we would have Chris at the next meeting prepare the ordinance for us. Any questions on this subject?
One of the things we did confirm was that this will not take effect until any current list is expired. It doesn't affect anyone. It's when the new list starts.
You said this was for sergeant and lieutenant
Yes.
only?
Yes.
There's no list for chief.
No, I thought maybe some of the,
Is everybody okay with that?
I have no objection.
I have no objection.
No objection.
Okay. Continuing along. The other one, we had another request. As most of us know, there's a problem obtaining police cars. Okay, we have 2 brand new police cars that are sitting in the lot, but we can't get rights for them at this point. We have, in March, approved another police car, but we're not going to be able to see that police car until sometime next year. And we're not quite sure when. So the request for the police is, going forward, how could we obtain 2 cars per year at least? We had to do some creative thinking on this, and what needs to be done is they need a approval from us before they can go ahead to a dealer and say, okay, go ahead and order the car. Okay, but we can't give that to them because it wasn't in the budget at this point. So what we've come up with is a very good idea as far as how we can get them a car or allow them to order a car on a pretty much immediate basis, and I'll turn that over to Chris.
So one of the things we talked about was the donation from the Milford Ambulance Corps, where they asked the mayor and council, and the mayor and council agreed to earmark $50,000 for the police department's use. I don't want to say the problem, the obstacle is that we have to actually put the money into a budget in order for it to be used. And obviously we didn't get the money until after, we didn't know about that agreement until after we had already adopted our budget. So the soonest we can put the money into the budget would be for our next budget, which is not going to be adopted until the spring of next year. However, we do have money in capital improvements, and police vehicles, SUVs in particular, are an approved purchase with capital funds. And so what we talked about was potentially, in order to even order a car, even if they're not getting it for another year, we have to have the money encumbered. It has to be already encumbered. So we have to encumber the money today, and they may not get the car for another year. So what we talked about was we can do a capital ordinance to appropriate the $50,000 currently, this year, God bless. And when we introduce and adopt our budget in the spring of next year, we would encumber the $50,000 that was intended for the police department to reimburse our capital improvement fund. That would enable them to move forward 7 or 8 months prior to when they would normally be able to do that. So they would be able to put an order in earlier than they would if we had to wait for the normal budget process to conclude. So that was a suggestion that we had for, as a possibility, and if there's no objection from the council, I can work on getting that capital ordinance put together in order to start that process.
Any questions?
Yeah, when we talked about the budget this year, I don't recall now, did we authorize the purchase of 2
We
new
authorized
police cars?
three.
No, we'd authorize
Authorized 2, I
They
think.
did the other with,
No, I think we had I remember having a discussion about
We
that.
authorized 3. We got 2. One is on that one. The other one's in March, and then we bought one with
oh, the actually, okay.
I have to go back and look at my notes, I don't recall that.
We were retiring 3 of them.
Okay. So now you're talking about a 4th?
We're talking about, instead of them ordering a car next year, where they can't until May, when we adopt our budget, they missed the window from the state contract dealers.
I understand.
They want to put it in now so they can hopefully get it in the next year and a half.
They do need to replace, at a minimum, 2 cars every year because of the wear and tear on the cars that are in circulation now.
But you've talked about 3 cars. 2 cars we can't get the lights for, and the third one we can't get it until 2024. So we've already ordered 3.
That was from this year. We were supposed to retire 3, but unfortunately, we're still using the cars that we all agreed needed to be retired because we don't have the other cars equipped yet.
And now we're talking about 1, which they could lend money from the CIF.
I understand the arrangement. I'm just talking about the need for it at this time and the need to go forward at this time. Did we actually, well, I'd have to go.
There were, I don't remember exactly, but there was a list that the chief had given us, which showed the mileage for each of the cars, and there were at least, I think, 6 cars on that list that were over a recommended mileage. So they're trying to,
Replace it.
Yes.
I understand that. Okay. Thank you.
Just as a point of information, are we clear that the new vehicle will not have the same weight or being equipped, such as lights and whatnot?
well, the one thing I think the mayor had suggested is that they would start that process before the car comes in.
This is giving them like a 6-month head start.
No, I understand, but I just wanted to make sure we're not in the same.
We don't know,
position.
I don't know, what lights are going to be in 6 months or 8 months. Look at our traffic light. But,
Yeah, especially now with the cars on strike. I mean, the water workers union on strike. I mean, I saw 2 of our newer cars down at the DPW today being serviced. One was in an accident, somebody hit them.
Already.
I don't think it was, I think it was 305, 305? 4? 5, yeah. 305 and 301 was down at the DPW.
I'm assuming that's the number of the car?
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Councilman Grodzki? I think it's good that we were able to do this. Just the way it worked out with the ambulance coming in.
I mean, it's going to be a moving target. We're going to have to see what they do next year, but it's not a good situation as far as ordering cars.
Try ordering an F-150 right now. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to look at the resolutions? Are there any that need to be pulled for further discussion and or vote? Okay. Making a motion to file council committee reports with the borough clerk to be spread in full upon the minutes.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We'll go around real quick, give you some highlights, and we're going to start with Councilwoman Craig.
Thank you so much. You've actually covered the things that I would have said, so I will pass on.
Say the book sale and the garage sale again, because we were going back and forth, this way it's more clear.
The book sale will be on Friday, September 29th, and Saturday, September 30th. Friday morning is reserved for members of the Friends of the New Milford Public Library. It is open to the public from noon on Friday and all day Saturday. The townwide garage sale will be on Saturday. Maps will be available at the library at 8:30 a.m. and they will be, we're going to try to put them on the borough website as well on Thursday or Friday. I have to get them to Chris. What's different this year about the garage sale map, first of all, there is a map with it. It's not just a list of addresses. And people had the opportunity this year for the first time to actually indicate what types of things they're selling. Not a detailed description, but for example, if somebody's selling mostly furniture or somebody else is doing mostly knickknacks or somebody's doing mostly sports equipment, they can list 1 or 2 or 3 types of things that they are trying to sell on that day. So it will be a more informational package this year. And we hope you all have a wonderful day. The weather's supposed to be great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Councilman Seaman.
Thank you, Mayor. So our flood advisory committee met
and I'm pleased to announce is going to be inviting representatives from Westwood, from their flood advisory committee, to learn what Westwood has been doing and is doing in the Passaic Valley region, so we can hopefully implement some recommendations here for those who live in our flood zone. And our committee, our flood advisory committee, is continuing to work very diligently to explore all ways to not only conform with the CRS program, to lower the cost of insurance premiums, but also to come up with new innovative ways to improve the safety of our residents who live in those areas. In addition, Mayor, yesterday, for those who are not aware, our Domestic Violence Symposium held its first ever Domestic Violence Symposium focusing on healing from abuse and trauma. The symposium was held at Bergen Newbridge Medical Center in Paramus, in around Paramus, and featured psychiatrists and other clinicians. And it was certainly a very humbling experience to be able to hear and learn myself from some of the experts on our panel. And once again, it's just it's something I greatly appreciate, that every single symposium that we've had and held and presented, Sheriff Puritan comes, attends, and speaks at. So that does mean a lot to have the support of the Bergen County Sheriff's Office. And again, just a reminder to those who are interested, next Tuesday, October 10th, as you mentioned, Mayor, at 1 p.m. at New Milford High School will be our first symposium focusing on teen dating violence. And we encourage people to watch, of course, the live stream as well as attend in person, although please be aware that live in-person attendance does require pre-registration. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Just for clarification, you said next Tuesday, but it's actually...
I apologize, I misspoke. Yes, Tuesday, October 10th.
Councilman Brooks? Thank you, Mayor. I have updated numbers and reports for our recycling and waste tonnage, and they're up through August of this year. As of this year, we've spent on recycling $38,163. Last year in total on recycling, we spent approximately $15,000. The reason being, the first 6 months of last year, we were actually making money, but now times have changed and it's costing us money. So we'll be taking a hit on recycling this year, but it's still not that bad. On a better side, our solid waste tonnage is through August $47,309, and last year at this time it was $60,311. If we continue along,
include like tipping fees?
yeah, tipping fees and picking up and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, for getting rid of the stuff and everything.
Yeah.
If we continue, we figured out that if we continue on average, we will this year, hopefully, if it keeps up this way, save about $160,000. So that's the good news.
So I would like to add, I think that it has something to do with the diligence of the department, because
Yes,
they started doing some random inspections when the pickups were taking place to make sure that we were getting only charged for what was being picked up in New Milford.
Correct. We're on top of that. We're also on top of certain things and items that are being left out on the curb.
That should not be picked up.
Right. So now when they see a cinder block, they don't pick it up. It goes to the tonnage. Anything else?
That's it for me, thank you.
Okay. Councilman Mr. Rockenfeller.
Thank you, Mayor. Couple of things. One is, I believe you already discussed the tour at the cemetery and the little stories that are going to be spoken about. Well, actually, are two mysteries in Bergen County that date back to like 1912, I believe it's 1913. The other thing is same as for the seniors and for the New Milford Health Department, that there is the flu clinic, October 2nd at 9 a.m. Also, the seniors are having their second annual field day at Connolly Field, which should be fun for everybody to go out and have a good day. I'm just, hold on one second, I have a list of things here. I don't know if you mentioned the pumpkin patch day?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's coming up on, I don't know, I don't have a date for that. The date will be announced. There's also going to be, for the seniors, a tour at the water company, water treatment plant, October 16th at 11 a.m. And the seniors asked me to ask the mayor and council, so should I ask here? They would like a tour of the police department.
The liaison can coordinate that.
Look into that for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's possible. I think it depends on the amount of people.
Timing,
What day
amount
it
of
is.
people.
Well, or have them give me the date and I'll give it to the seniors. What else? Also, we have something interesting going on. We have a gentleman by the name of Ray Levine. He was a reporter with the Record, and he's in the process of putting a book together, in the history of New Milford. He's getting information. He's already written 2 books, I believe, in Bergenfield and Teaneck. So he's getting all that information. He hasn't given anything to Arcadia, I think it is, which is the publisher. But he will give us his outline before anything goes to print. So that could be interesting. We're also looking for a grant from the county to, excuse me, the commission is working on making note of some of the historic or older places that were in town and may not longer be there, such as Satley, Soda, and the Button Factory down on Main Street, to get information on that. And we're looking for old pictures that we're going to post at where it used to be, where the site used to be, and then put the, what is that called, like QR? Is that when you put your
QR code.
The QR code, so anybody goes walking by and wants more information, they can easily put the QR code over that. So we're working on that, applying for a grant on that. I have a question. Is this Ray Levine working with the Historic Preservation Commission, or are they providing resources for him, or is he providing him with information?
Yes, we're giving resources as well. He's working with everyone. Whatever he's looking, I think he's going to go and ask if anybody has any old photos as well. When looking through our information. So if anybody has any old photos or any other information that they might have about the town, please come forward with it, either to the Historic Commission. I think that might be it for now. I think so. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sandy.
Thank you, Mayor. I do, excuse me, I do have a couple things to share about the Environmental Commission and the Green Team, but first I just want to acknowledge our colleague, Councilman Matt Seymour. I attended the domestic violence presentation yesterday. It's the 7th one that he's done. They are always interesting, and I think it's a real benefit to our collective communities and a feather in New Milford's cap that we have Councilman Seymour spearheading this, and he is, congratulations on being nominated for the Pro Bono Judiciary Award. So congratulations on that. So glad to have you as a colleague. Thank you.
Councilman, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, I was informed by the New Jersey Administrative Office of Courts that I've been nominated by the Bergen County Assignment Judge to be the recipient of this year's New Jersey Judiciary Pro Bono Public Service Award in recognition of my work with the Domestic Violence Symposium. So thank you, Councilman. And thank you for attending.
And congratulations. Yes, they're always really beneficial. I just I really appreciate that you do this work.
Thank you.
So now on to Environmental Commission. As the mayor mentioned, Clean Communities Day is coming up. So put on your galoshes and your gloves and come on out and have a good time the first Saturday in October. There will be hot dogs. There will be a lunch still served. Are you cooking the hot dogs?
I'm eating the hot dogs.
You're eating hot dogs.
This one I eat.
And then also coming up, this is coming up in January, but the Environmental Commission's also been working very hard to complete the environmental resource inventory. And the date will be announced, but they're looking in January to do a community celebration day to educate and share about the environmental resource inventory. So date to be announced coming up. I just wanted to put that out there. And then Green Team, Sustainable Jersey is coming up, certification, recertification is coming up. So you'll be hearing me talk about points. We are bronze certified, and it's time for us to recertify for our bronze, which is 150 points. And then silver, the Green Team would like to achieve we can achieve 350 points this year. It's a heavy lift, but New Milford is doing so much amazing work that we have 5 priority actions already that New Milford is already doing. So priority actions, and only 3 are required for silver. So the Sustainable Jersey certification process really is an opportunity for New Milford to really highlight and share what's going well, right? So, and celebrate that. But I have a question to pose. The submission cycle, they're moving the submission cycle. It's going to open March 2024. So the team would like to start gathering information for reports coming up in October, November, December ahead of that, and we need to and part of the process is putting together a resolution. Is it okay? Do we need to do 2 resolutions, or is it okay to do the resolution for 23-24? Just a point of.
What is the purpose of the resolution?
It is to.
What does it say? Is it just establishing or reestablishing?
It's reestablishing the team. So it's not establishing the team. There's 2 resolutions actually that need to. There is the resolution for the team to establish the team, and then there's the one that has the mayor and council and borough approval to submit the certification. So application. That's the gist of it.
I
can send you a model of what it is.
Establish the team at the beginning of every year.
We do. So, but for the certificate, the question I'm asking specifically is about the certification resolution.
I was just curious. I don't know that we need the other one with the reestablishing the team is what I'm saying. But the other one, I mean, if the process of doing the work is starting now, I mean, I think you would only need to have the resolution for submitting for the certification next year when you're going to do it.
For 2024, but they would like to begin the reporting process, which means interacting with borough departments. And do they need do we need approvals for a resolution to do that? Okay. Just wanted to get that as a point.
We're here to help.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll put that on for the January resolutions.
Do we have any idea when you think reorg's going to be? I'm thinking the 3rd.
January.
Wednesday the 3rd?
Oh, I was going to say the 8th.
I don't know how many days from years.
You can do it up until the 8th day.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want to do it on Wednesday, I'm fine with that.
Can you repeat the question? We didn't hear it on this side.
We were asking when we think reorg might be this year.
Oh.
So.
It's really to the pleasure of the council. If we want to do it on Wednesday, that's fine with me.
How about at our next meeting, we will pick reorg date, okay? It'll either be the 3rd or the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay, January 3rd or January 8th. At the next meeting, we will decide and put in stone.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
one more thing for the green team. They are interested in coming to mayor and council and proposing a participation in a community Next Trucks Recycling Challenge. This would be a voluntary program where people can recycle, can bring plastics, like things that don't usually get recycled, like bubble wrap and dry cleaning bags and things like that. So this is an initiative that the Green Team is interested in bringing to mayor and council and would like to do a full presentation at the next meeting. Would that be okay? Yeah.
Wednesday, October 11th on the agenda,
Sure, yeah.
work session.
Maybe work session or public session, which I'm just trying to
Whatever's
get
convenient for
in.
the Green Team, either October 11th or 2 weeks after that.
Okay.
But just let me know.
Yes.
Now do you have anything else?
I am now complete. I'm making up for lost time, so there you go.
Great. So the only thing I have to report is Historic Newbridge Landing. As I reported at the last meeting, they are still continuing to move forward with the project of building their new barn by the Bergen County Historical Society. And they are going to be replacing the roof on the Campbell Christie House, which we all know is in the Milford House, so that's near and dear to us. Under OEM, we have mentioned in the past, our Swift 911 system was purchased by another company, but anyone who signed up for Swift 911, there was a seamless transaction. So everyone's information was imported over to a new, it's called Rave. Basically the same thing. But if you go into Swift 911, they'll try to get you to download a new app. If you download the new app, you can go through and do all of your choices, what language you want notifications in, how you want your notifications, whether it's text, email, phone. You can pick categories of notifications that you want, weather, severe weather. We're going to be adding community events to this, so when we have a community event, anyone who signed up for that portion of it will get a text, email, or call about it. There's also, they have an option where you can put a mile radius around New Milford, and if anything's happening in another town, let's say you're driving in Paramus and they have to close Route 17, you can get notified that, hey, up ahead of you, there's going to be traffic or whatever. Be safe, go the other way. So all these options you can go to. If you have not signed up for it, please visit our website. We have a tile right on our homepage where you can go up and sign up for this. You can also add your medical information, so if something happens, the police or the fire or OEM know if you have a certain situation, whether it's diabetes or need oxygen, whatever. You can also list your family members and pets in your house. So it's just a new system. It's not a new system, it's actually a more evolved system. So in a couple of weeks, we're having a representative from Rave come to an OEM meeting. They're going to go over everything so we know exactly how to run everything properly, because now information can be sent out by the DPW. It'll also be able to have access from the police department and OEM and the fire department. So independently, they can be sending things out to certain lists. And it has geocaching. So if we need to evacuate one block in town, let's hope never, we can just hit that one block without creating a mass hysteria throughout town. So that is my report.
I wanted to add one thing.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that people may have noticed that we've had over the past few weeks a couple of mobile motor vehicle stops here at the Borough Hall. It's been extremely well received on both ends. I know the residents are very happy that the service is here. They've been very, very helpful, and it's been a lot of positive feedback. And on the other side, motor vehicle people are very happy coming to Milford. So I think that this is something that will continue on.
Yes. They do plan on having a couple more dates for us.
Yeah.
Anyone who needs to get their real ID, I highly recommend you do it at the mobile site. It's like 17 minutes long. Okay, it's seamless.
You have to register in
You
advance.
have to register in advance, because in a year or so, it's going to be required by state law, and I can imagine what the lines are going to be at the NBCs.
Yeah.
So be ahead of the game and just get it.
And we posted the registration link on the mayor's Facebook page and the borough website.
Yep. whenever we had a new date. Yeah, I can use that, it's great, it's great.
I just have one other little thing, just a little bit, but the senior field day, I neglected to mention there will be ice cream trucks there.
Okay.
And that's important.
Outstanding.
Absolutely.
I think 9 to 12.
My daughter will love that.
Seniors.
Ice cream truck. That's-
Lots of-
Anyone can go.
Anybody.
Exercise and games that day. Should be fun.
At this time, I would ask for a motion to open to the public.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen of the public, if anyone has any questions, comments regarding the good and welfare of the borough of Milford, we welcome you to come up. Seeing that there's no member of the public that wishes to make any comments, I'd make a motion to close to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to approve resolutions 2023:218 through 2023:222?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the public and watching, we are going to be going into closed session. Once we come out of closed session, we will immediately adjourn the meeting without taking any action. So at this time, I want to thank everyone for joining us, and get ready for the fall. We're here.
Thank you, Night Lord.
Motion to move into closed session?
Yeah.
Yes. Motion to move into closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?